What is going on, Crimson City? My name is Crimson CBAD, bringing you guys our Week 4 Team Builder for NPA, the National Pokemon Association. Your Detroit Steelwings are going up against Coach Under the Radar and the Maryland Torterrapins. Kelly's a great friend of mine, a fantastic battler. Oh my goodness, Kelly and I have played, I believe, once in League format before, and it is ingrained in my memory. He brought Curse White Herb, Curse Baton Pass Sylveon into White Herb Talonflame. So it just, there it was. That was the game. So it was a really good matchup. Kelly's got an incredible background in League format. I'm really looking forward to this matchup. Looking to pick up our first W after a matchup against John and the New Orleans Pelipers last week. If you guys missed that, feel free to check that out in the playlist of this. In the playlist of all our NPA videos will be in the description of this, as well as the link to Kelly's channel. You can go show him some love as well. Check out some fantastic content over there. Kelly's team was just nightmarish to prep for. Oh my goodness. He's got the Landorus Therian, which in a league where we allow all Z crystals all the time, Landorus is incredible. Being able to run Z Fly, Z Stone Edge, Z Earthquake. I mean, he can, you know, run Scarf. He can run, you know, it's Landorus Therian is just an absolutely incredible Pokemon with the Intimidate ability to get access to Defog this generation. Just a monster, just an absolute powerhouse. Next up, he has Celebi, which is another Pokemon that's just like, you know, if you don't prep for it, it's one of those Pokemon where, like, you know, you don't always have to prep for it, but in the right hands, it's a Pokemon that you regret not preparing for. Base 100s across the board with the natural cure ability. It can set Stealth Rocks, it can Swords Dance, it can Nasty Plot, it can Baton Pass, it can obviously Baton Pass stats, it can Thunder Wave, it can Healing Wish, it can get, it's so crazy. He's got the Ribombee as well. Ribombee got Sticky Webs this generation, which is really cool. Very fast Pokemon with a base 95 special attack. The Shield Dust, I believe, is the ability. Negates the secondary effect of moves, so you can't like hope for a flinch, you can't, you know, hope for a paralysis on the thing because Shield Dust negates it. Very fast with base 124 speed. I mean, that thing is absolutely terrifying. It can set up Quiver Dances as well. Alolan Persian, another very fast Pokemon, another Pokemon you're like, he got that too. Very fast Parting Shot user, good taunt user, Snarl. Tons of little tech moves that in League format I feel make it really good, with the Fur Coat ability doubling its defense, or the Technician ability doubling or increasing its base 60 and lower moves by an extra 50%, which is crazy. Golbat, which we do use in the APA, is a great defensive Pokemon in the format. Very reliable defogger, good bulk all across the board with its Eviolite, and a good speed with base 90. It's got inner focus so we can't flinch it, infiltrator so it can go through any subs or screens that we may or may not have or set up. Ursaring is a Pokemon that I'm very interested to see how it comes, and his team is very well crafted. Just because you'll see here in a bit. I mean, you guys already see the team above me on the screen, but as I break it down, Ursaring is a pretty slow Pokemon, but it does have the Quick Feet ability, so if you can run like a Toxic Quick Feet set, you can run like a Guts Flame Orb set. Hits really hard with that base 130 attack. Stab Facades are really devastating. Mega Heracross, 185 base attack, 75 speed with the Skill Link, making sure moves like Bullet Seed, Pin Missile, and Rock Blast all hit their 5 times. It is absolutely just an arm thrust too, but typically you see like close combat instead of that. But absolutely terrifying monster, base 75 speed. Thundurus Therian is another great Pokemon. Fast electric types are awesome in format. With 101 base speed, has the Volt Absorb ability, giving an electric immunity. And it did also get access to Defog this generation, another Pokemon that can set up agilities, it can set up nasty plots. I mean, it's an absolute monster. Vaporeon's a great bulky water type with 130 base HP and 110 special attack. Great, you know, base 60 defense isn't too much, but with 130 HP, you know, that can really go a ways. And then it's got the water absorbability, giving it a water immunity. Can heal with Heal Bell, can Baton Pass, Scald, Wish, things like that. Stack-Attack, he's stacky attack, but most importantly, he's obnoxious. Really slow Pokemon, really physically bulky Pokemon. I mean, even with 101 base special defense, I mean, that's still a little bit of a monster. Can set up Stealth Rocks, it can set up a Trick Room very reliably, because you really can't, like, you gotta try hard to one-shot this boy. But Trick Room offense, so he's got some fast Pokemon with like Ribombee, Persian, Celebi, Landorus, Thundurus, but then he's got some slower Pokemon like Ursaring, Mega Heracross, Stakataka itself. You guys see the Incineroar next that he can very comfortably set up a Trick Room on after and just kind of go in. And then, like I said, the Incineroar there does not have access to its hidden ability Intimidate because it has not been released yet, which is really, really good. But still, U-Turn, Darkest Lariat, Flare Blitz, things like that. Typically like a Scarf or like an AV set. So some things to note about Kelly's team are that he has 3 Stealth Rockers in the form of Landorus, Therian, Celebi, and Stakataka. He has no Spike Setter and no Toxic Spike Setter. He does not have any Rapid Spinners. He has 3 Defoggers in the form of Landorus, Therian, Golbat, and Thundurus Therian. 2 Heal Bell users in the form of Celebi and Vaporeon, an Aromatherapy user in the form of Ribombee, and a Healing Wish user in the form of Celebi. So, going ahead and talk a little bit about our team here really quickly. First up, we have the Commander. She is coming this week as a defensive Dragon Dance set. Return Dragon Dance, Roost, and Defog. Defog is going to be really nice in case he gets some webs up, and we don't want to deal with those in case any one of his rockers feel like getting sneaky and going for that. Dragon Dance to set up, and then, you know, Stakataka is really, Stakataka and Incineroar, I guess, are really the only Pokemon that want to come in on a, and Golbat, defensive Golbat can also want to come in on that. But this thing starts poking a lot of holes in his team once we start boosting up and just start tossing off some pixelated returns, man. It is going to be absolutely terrifying to go against this thing. I'm really looking forward to it. Don't need too much speed. This thing is here more just as like a defensive check. Being able to take hits and sponge hits, hopefully from like the Mega Heracross as well, is definitely a plan. Being able to resist things like the Bullet Seed, like the close combat that he can toss off. So that is our defensive check this week, is Mega Altaria. Next up here, we are bringing Mystery Weesnaw, the Zebstrika, holding the Zap Plate with the Lightning Rod ability, Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Hidden Power Ice, and Signal Beam. 252 special attack, 4 in special defense, 252 in speed with a timid nature. With this, we are outspeeding Alolan Persian by 1 point. Volt Switch and Thunderbolt is really good for momentum. Signal Beam hits the Alolan Persian. Thunderbolt hits everything it's not in immunity, and then HP Ice is for the Landorus Therian. Signal Beam hits the Celebi for 4 times super effective damage, as well as hitting the Alolan Persian for some super effective damage as well. I really think Zebstrika is going to put in a lot of work this week, especially once... if he brings both genies, we got to work on that, but if he only brings 1 genie, once those go down, we just kind of Volt Switch freely every time we come in, outside of like a Scarf user that he might have. Next up, Lift Off the Celesteela is coming this week with the Leftovers, Air Slash, Toxic, Leech Seed, and Substitute, 252 in HP, 4 in Special Attack, 252 in Speed with a timid nature. We are outspeeding Max Speed Incineroar. This is also kind of my Vaporeon check, because Vaporeon does glue together the team really, really nicely. Being able to Toxic that thing is cool. It can't break my sub. I can just kind of spam Toxic and Leech Seed all over his team until it's worn down for something like Mega Altaria, Zebstrika, Uxie, or Piloswine to come in and clean up after. And then Air Slash is good stab. Air Slash also has the chance to flinch as well, so being able to work around flinches, Toxics, and Leech Seed are definitely going to force some switches on my opponent's part, so nothing's going to want to stay in for too long, which is really, really nice. Thundurus Therian is his switch in for this thing. Like, nothing else really resist, like in Stakataka, but Stakataka we Leech Seed and then just move around and worry about that later. Next up here, we do have a setup victory here. Cortex the Uxie is coming with the Psyche MZ, Coal Mine, Signal Beam, Psychic, and Hidden Power Ground. 20 in HP, 4 in defense, 252 special attack, 4 in special defense, and 228 in speed. With a timid nature, we are outspeeding a non-Scarf Landorus Therian by 1 point. Signal Beam hits the Celebi, hits the Alolan Persian, Psychic hits the Landorus Therian, Psychic hits the Ribombee, Psychic hits the Golbat, Psychic hits the Ursaring, Psychic hits the Mega Heracross, the Thundurus Therian, the Vaporeon HP Ground hits the Stakataka, and HP Ground hits the Incineroar. So really, really good coverage, being able to toss off like a +1 Psychic into any one of his Pokemon that might be like, you know, this is a safe check for an Uxie, you know, offensive Uxie, especially with its already good natural bulk. I'm really looking forward to seeing what this thing can do this week. Next up here, we have Blondie the Piloswine, Eviolite, Thick Fat, Ice Shard, Icicle Crash, Earthquake, and Stealth Rock. Max HP, max attack, 4 in special defense with a Brave nature. Didn't want to outspeed anything, and the absolute bare minimum in speed just so we can take a Gyro Ball from a Stakataka better in case he does get a Trick Room up. Still don't take it all that well, but it's just, it helps pad that blow a little bit. Ice Shard priority is really good against his team. Landorus, Celebi, Golbat, Thundurus. I mean, it is really, really awesome. Icicle Crash on switches. Earthquake is very spammable once the Genies and Golbat are gone as well. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then Rocks, you know, he's got the Thundurus, he's got the Golbat, he's got, you know, Pokemon that like to switch around a lot. So being able to get Rocks up is nice. And if those rocks plague him too much, he has to defog them away. So I think that hinders him from going for sticky webs if he does bring them, but we'll see the case. It was whatever it may be. And then last but not least here, we have Blink the Scrafty. He is rocking the leftovers with the Shed Skin, Super Fang Taunt knockoff and Drain Punch. 244 in HP, 4 in attack, 4 in defense, 180 special defense, 76 in speed with a careful nature. We are speed creeping. A like Incineroar hits base 80 and Vaporeon hits base 85. So we've got just enough speed to kind of outspeed uninvested Pokemon, or maybe like 1 or 2 in there. Anything more than that, we start losing off of our bulk and they start losing off of their bulk, so we'll kind of know on there. Being able to taunt the Vaporeon so it can't Toxic, Wish Pass, Baton Pass, all that good stuff is nice. Super Fang is really good for wearing it down. Knockoff for the utility all over his team is really good. And then Drain Punch also being able to hit things like the Persian, being able to hit things like the Ursaring, being able to hit things like the Stock Attack and the Incineroar as well is very, very nice. I do enjoy that, so... really looking forward to seeing what this team has. Really looking forward to this matchup with Kelly. If you guys are as well, go on ahead and show some love on the like button down below. If you're new, feel free to hit that subscribe button as well. All that being said, I want to remind you guys to be great and do great. I'm going to let this outro bang. I'm going to talk to y'all soon. Later.